What's happening, YouTube? Jonathan Pariente, the Execution 10 here, coming at you guys with another video. I want to ask you guys to please continue to check and subscribe to my channel for more YouTube videos. And as you can see, in my Yankees gear, and well, with good reason, and we're going to let this little audio speak for itself.
And here is Nelson Cruz. Steve right three. Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
And that was John Sterling on the call for Sports Radio 66 on WFAN. And the Yankees sweep the Minnesota Twins 3-0, winning 5-1 in Game 3, and will advance to the American League Championship Series. Who they will play could be determined today. The Astros or Tampa Bay await the Yankees in the next round. And if you're the Yankees, this was quite a long time coming. Last year, the Yankees fell in the division series to Boston last year. Aaron Boone was receiving a ton of flack for not making decisions when he had to, not pulling the hook on his starters when they got into trouble. Aaron Boone took no chances this year. The first sign of trouble, Boone made switches. As soon as the Yankees had to make a big play, they did. When they needed to get a big hit, they did. When they needed to get a big pitching performance, they did. This year, the Yankees, when they had to really respond, they did. At least for this round. The pitching staff in this series was tremendous. The Yankees held the mighty Twins, who were known as the Bomba Squad, for hitting the most home runs this year, and actually hit the most home runs in Major League history with 307. The Yankees held the Twins to 7 runs the whole series. That should tell you something. This was a Twins team. This was a series everybody thought was going to be very high scoring, that, could be anybody could win this. Maybe people thought the Twins' time was due. It clearly wasn't yet. The Yankees have owned the Twins at every turn since 2004. The Yankees have constantly been able to find ways to beat the Twins, and it is tremendous. So the Yankees once again did that again. Clutch pitching from all their starters. James Paxton, from Game 1, his first postseason ever, gave a couple home runs, but pitched pretty well. Masahiro Tanaka pitched a gem in Game 2. Luis Severino, who everybody was a little concerned about, being that he hadn't pitched a lot since he came off the IL. He'd been out the whole year pretty much. And you had to wonder, which Severino were the Yanks getting? Well, they got the good Severino, the dominant Severino. And particularly when he had to buckle down in the second inning with bases loaded, nobody out, and to get out of it with giving up no runs was tremendous. The Yankees were pretty much in situations all game, in this third game particularly, where the Twins kept knocking on the door. They kept getting base runners on. They kept threatening. But the Yankees pitching and the Yankee defense was able to make big plays in the big moments when needed to. We can go back a little bit. Yanks had that 2-0 lead early. Rosario hit a sharp ground ball that Gleyber Torres had to make a diving stab on, and then had to flip it to LeMahieu on a hop. That was one big play right there. Miguel Sano hit a screamer line drive. Probably would have been a double for sure had it not been for the 6'7" Aaron Judge making a big catch. Then we had a play in the 7th. Zach Britton came into the game. A ground ball that wasn't hit very hard off the bat of Polanco. Britton beat him by about less than half of a step. Maybe by an inch or two. And then the 9th inning. A big diving stab up the middle that could have been bases loaded, nobody out, had Didi Gregorius not been there, to rob Polanco again of a hit. Would have been bases loaded with Nelson Cruz up, but in the end, Chapman ended up striking him out with 2 on. So, the Yankees had clutch defense. The Yankees also got clutch hitting. Gleyber Torres hit a home run in this game. Gleyber Torres had about 5 hits in the entire postseason, had a double in this game, had a home run, had the 2-run single in Game 1, had another big hit in Game 2. So Gleyber Torres was literally everywhere. And for this kid at 22 years old to really be entering the kind of elite company he's entering at this young of an age is extraordinary. LeMahieu was big in this series, particularly getting the clutch home run getting a clutch home run in game number 1, getting that clutch base hit to start off game 2. Everybody in this Yankee lineup contributed in some way, shape, or form. Even Stanton, who hadn't been hitting at all in the playoffs, was more patient at the plate. Even Gary was patient at the plate, able to take their walks, maybe get a little hit there, and just kind of move the lineup along. That's what the Yankees, if they're able to do this throughout the rest of the playoff, they're going to win the World Series. That's how it's going to be going down. And now the Yankees are in a very good spot here as they move on to the ALCS. They can set their pitching staff up any way they'd like. And now they await if Houston or Tampa Bay wins, whoever wins. If, let's say, Houston wins, they're already using Verlander today. Verlander's going to pitch tonight in Game 4 on 3 days rest. If they don't win Game 4, then Garrett Cole has to pitch Game 5. And that's going to force the Astros to have to start Greinke in Game 1. And even though Cole and Verlander will pitch in the series, it won't be twice in the series. The Yankees are probably going to maybe see them only one time, maybe only one of them one time. So if everything sets up right, the Yankees could have a very good shot at beating Houston in the ALCS if it sets up right. The Rays move on, the Yankees will have to figure that series out as well. The Rays are a good pitching staff, just like Houston. So Game 4 is going to tell us a lot of things tonight. Could this go 5 games in Tampa with Tampa and Houston? We'll see. But the Yankees have set themselves up tremendously well going into the ALCS. So now you have to wonder, what else will Boone try to do here? What else will the Yankee lineup possibly show us here that we haven't seen yet? Now, if Paxton can continue to deliver, this will be tremendous. Severino, if he can, I'm wondering if maybe Severino will go deeper into games. He threw about 80 pitches. Could we see him going 6? I don't know. Maybe. Tanaka, can he still be Tanaka? I think he will. The bullpen has just been great, and I think, one thing we overlooked for a moment is how the Yankees didn't use much of their main pen in September. Let's go back to that for a moment. The Yankees pen, if you kept track of September, they barely went to Ottavino, Britton, Canely, or Chapman at all. They were mainly, going to their back-end guys to eat up innings. The Yankees didn't have a great September. I'm not going to lie about it. But, of course, it's not what you do in September. It's what you do in October. And the Yankees turned the page tremendously in October so far and are off to a very tremendous start because of it. And you could see how rested and refreshed the bullpen looked in this series. To see Chapman, to see Canely, to see Chad Green, to see Ottavino, all these guys just throwing swing and miss stuff by these twin hitters, which they don't do a lot of, the Twins, really kind of opens up some eyes and really kind of will make you wonder, could they continue this next round? Well, we're certainly going to see. I will have another video later as soon as we know who will advance out of the other ALDS game. I will be giving a preview of the ALCS, depending who the Yankees are going to take on. But right now, the Yankees were the only team that clinched so far out of all the ALDS games. Last night, it was 4 games. Everybody could have clinched had the team up in the series won. The Cardinals came back to tie. The Nationals came back to tie. The Rays stayed alive to force Game 4. Game 4 of the Rays series is today. The other 2 Game 5s will be tomorrow. So we really have a very interesting journey here through this postseason, and who will come out on top? We're going to have to just wait and see. But that's it for now. I'll have the Yankee video for who they play in the ALCS soon. Jonathan Pariente, the Execution 10, saying bye for now.